20. Okay. So y equals mx plus b. And then this is the same idea of what we did before, like the y's match, the equals is match, the x's match. So we need the m to equal -2/5 and the b to equal 4. So we're going to write slope. And you're going to write m equals -2/5. Now, when you do this, you're going to want to choose where to put the negative. So notice my line. Okay, so I'm going to choose to put the negative on top. Now, you're allowed to put it on the bottom or the top. You just can't put it in the front when you're doing slope. Okay, and then I'm going to write this, which I did not write last time. I'm going to write rise over run. Do you remember seeing the words rise over run in your previous math classes? Do you remember seeing rise over run? Yeah. So rise has to be up or down, and run has to be left or right. Okay, so what we're going to write is the -2 means down 2, and the +5 means right 5. And then let's put a star by this because we're going to want that later. So this is what you use to make lots of points. Okay. So now the y-intercept is 0, 4. And then we're going to add the word start here. So this is step 1. And then this is going to be step 2 when you're graphing it. Let's see if that text is from any of you guys. Okay, so this is right 0. Bye, Mom. Right 0, up 4. So when you're doing coordinates, you have to do right and left first. But when you do slope, you do up and down first. So it's a little confusing. Okay. Okay, so this graph, let's kind of make it in the middle because it's saying go to the right 5. So I'm thinking if I put it on the right side of the graph, I'm going to run out of space fast. So I'm going to put it right in the middle. Okay, so you guys, let's put it right in the middle. And then make sure each square is worth 1. Okay, so we'll number up to 5, but usually I just number up to 3. Okay, but every square has to be worth 1. Okay, every square is worth 1. So should we start with the slope or should we start with the y-intercept? Where does it say start? Should we start at the y-intercept or start at the slope? Which one says step 1? Yes, y-intercept. Now, one of the teachers that you guys might have in the future, his name is Mr. Lindsay. He labels his y-intercept, like he labels his y-axis, and he labels his x-axis, which I would say 50-50 teachers do and teachers don't. You'll notice you've had teachers who label it and teachers who don't. I usually don't label it, but actually it kind of helps you if you label it, because the y-intercept means that it's on the y-axis. So it means it's on the y-axis. So it means that you go right 0 up 4, means you start on the y-axis. And then let's write start here. So you always start on the y-axis. And put the word start on your graph so you can remember what order things went in. That's the hardest thing on graphing, is if you put your head down to write something and then the teacher already writes something else, it's like you don't know the order. Okay. Okay. So it says go now. So I'm going to box this just so you could see it. So this is step 2. So step 2 is you have to stand on your starting spot. Okay, so stand right here on your 4. Okay, and then I need to go down 2. So you're going to do 2 loops down. And then how many loops to the right? It's interesting when people use rise over run, they'll say down 2, like down 2, run 2, or down 2, and then they'll say run 5, but then you don't know whether that's right or left. So we'll look in my red boxed thing. How many does it say to go right? Yes. So we're going to go right 5 from that spot. So from here, then I'm going to do loops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm right here. Now the beautiful, and that's one of the points too. The starting point is a point, and then the point where I am now is a point. Now I'd like to do more points. I'd like to have at least 4 points on every graph. So right now I only have 2. So I think we have room to do 1 more to the right. So what you do is you repeat. So I'll put that here. You're going to repeat this down to right 3 again and again and again. But you have to find out where to start. So the number at the very end of the equation is where you start. Then you're going to go down another 2 loops. And then right another 5 loops. And then you put done. Now I want to show you about a backwards point. Okay, so right up here, and you can write it in red, backwards point. What a backwards point is you take this right here, but you go backwards. So what's backwards of down 2? What's backwards of down 2? Yeah, up 2. So the backwards point means that you can do exactly the opposite of what the slope says. So what's the opposite of right 5? So what this means is if you're standing at any point on the graph, I have 3 points right now. I have the starting point and I have the other 2 points that you can do up to left 5. to get to the other points. So if you want, you're standing over here at the point I just made, and I could say 1, 2 up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, and I got that point. That's not too helpful though, because I already have that point. So it's kind of like a boring point. So the best thing to do is to do a true backwards point. Go back to the start and use this. So if I go back to the start, so back to 0, 4, look at where it says start. I want to go up 2 squares. So 1, 2. And then I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what you're trying to see is, do all these points look like they're on the same straight line? And how many points do I have so far? 4. So a backwards point is kind of helpful, especially if you can't go too far forward. So I do usually like 2 forward points, maybe 3 forward points, and then I try to do 1 backwards point. If you don't quite get the backwards point, that's okay. You don't have to do the backwards points. Most teachers don't talk about a backwards point. There's a section in Algebra 1, second semester, that you need backwards points, but nothing in Intro to Algebra and nothing in first semester. And then you'll want to make sure that you label all your graphs the way your teachers want you to label them. Okay, so we're going to do another one. We'll see how this one goes. Did you guys feel an earthquake? Oh, wow. That's interesting. So it was pretty far from here. Yeah, I didn't feel it either. It's 3.5 hours from here. It's right near Death Valley, Sequoia National Park, and Mount Whitney. Mount Whitney is the tallest mountain in the United States, that not counting Alaska, because Alaska has some really tall ones. But not counting Alaska, it's the tallest mountain. I don't know if you guys I don't think you knew Mr. McLaughlin. Yeah, but Mr. Knox, Mr. McLaughlin, and I, we climbed Mount Whitney a few years ago, like a long time ago, 8 years ago maybe. That's cool. Anyway, there was an earthquake there just a few minutes ago. It was a big one. It was 6.0, it says. What did it say? Strong earthquake, like right before our last break. 2 miles down, though. 2 miles down. Okay. So let's take a look at this one. Write y equals mx plus b, because you're trying to force y equals mx plus b in your brain. We really panics Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 teachers when the teacher says, oh, do you remember y equals mx plus b? And you're like, no. And then they're like, oh, no. And then they kind of feel hysterical inside. So, and you want to be honest. Really? There was one in Mexico, 7.1? Was it today, Velma? 7.1's big. Oh yeah, this morning, 8:30. Oaxaca. Where's Oaxaca? On the coast. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, that's sad. Oh, 10:30 their time. So that was a little farther away for our time. 10:30 their time this morning. Oh, that's sad. I don't know if the one in Lone Pine is very far away from things. So it was probably like a big shake, but nothing too bad. Oh, it says now it's a 5.8 earthquake. Yeah, but it's pretty far from us. Yeah, and it was down deep. Oh, was that yesterday? Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. I kind of like our natural disasters, our earthquakes in California, because in other states, like a tornado you could see coming, a hurricane, you're like, should I stay in my house? Should I leave my house? Should I stay in my house? Should I leave my house? For us, like if there's an earthquake, we leave the house, right? Go outside, wait. We're at school. We're very safe in school. My house shakes more than school shakes. Right. Okay. So what is the slope? What's our M? What's our M? Oh, Thelma, you felt it? Was that your yes? I was like, what was her yes for? Dang. Yeah, I didn't feel it at all. Okay, so what's the M? What's our M? I agree. Now, the reason we need a fraction is because we have to do our rise over run. So I'm going to leave a little space here and put rise over run, but I need an over. So I put 3, and then I'm going to put it in red pen. What can you put in the denominator of any fraction that doesn't have a denominator? Hey, Thelma, are you in Walnut? Because I know some of you guys are traveling, which is so annoying, right? You're like, I'm on vacation, but I'm in summer school. So it's like good and bad at the same time. It's a little frustrating. No? Oh, okay. Oh, so are you closer to Lone Pine? What city are you in? Now, normally you guys for summer school, um, you have to be in Walnut. They let you miss only 1 day per semester. If you miss 2 days, then you don't get the 5 credits. So summer school right now for distance learning is a little different, but in the future, you're going to want to make sure that you plan the vacations outside of summer school. Okay. Okay. And try not to miss the first week of school. We do important stuff, the high school, the first week of school. So it's going to kind of mess you up if you don't. Okay. What should be in the denominator? Okay. Does anyone know what should be in the denominator? What do you put in the denominator? Oh, that's a good idea, but that's actually the y-intercept. So the y-intercept, we'll put start, is related to the 5. Okay, so Brianna, let's go with your -5 though, but what would the y-intercept be? Oh, and Brianna, you're right. But go back to y-intercept since you gave me the -5. What do you remember what the coordinate of it would be? Yeah, so 0, -5 is where you're going to start. And then back up to my red, you need a 1 in the denominator. Okay, so then we're going to write a message for rise over run. That's positive and positive. So that's going to be up 3, because rise is always up or down, and run is always right or left. Okay, so that would be up 3, right 1. So this is going to be our slope. Or let's write our backward slope. Okay, so let's write our backward slope. So our backward slope is like, oh, wait, I want to go the other way. I don't want to go up. I want to go down. So what's the opposite of up 3? So what's the opposite of up 3? Yeah, down 3. And what's the opposite of right 1? Yes, left 1. So I'm going to first use the up 3, right 1, as long as I can. But if I run out of space, then I'm going to use the down 3, left 1. Okay, so this is a good example for what work you're going to show for the home. Okay. Let's draw this out. Oh, we should be zoomed in though, so you guys could see better my squares. Drop better. Okay, and then the key on these lines, once you get the hang of it, it's a good shortcut. But at the beginning, you know, it's brand new, so it's a little weird. Okay, so when you do coordinates, you got to remember right, left, up, down. So I wrote that on the coordinate. If you keep writing that when you're in, like in the fall, like in August, in September, if you keep writing RL and UD, it forces your brain to remember slope has the UD at the top and the RL at the bottom. But when you're doing a coordinate, the RL is in the front and the UD is in the back. So it really helps you to understand. Okay, so now start, you got to start here first. So sometimes people accidentally start with the slope because they write the slope first. Okay, so we got to start with the slope. So 0, -5. Oh, and Jabriel, you're out of town too, aren't you? Are you anywhere near? Did you feel the earthquake? And Thelma, you'll have to find out what city you're in, so we could know. Okay. So 0, -5. Now from there, we'll do our loops. And let me just check a here. Oh, okay. Cool. Did you drive there, Thelma? Not you, but did your family drive there? Okay. Who else are we missing? Oh, Brandon keeps going in and out. Poor Brandon. Okay. So you guys type it here when you can. I'll put, are you here, everyone? Okay, here. Okay. Thelma, I know you're here because you just typed in yes, but type in here too, Thelma. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. It's just because the spot where I am, you guys are going to get confused if you do this after me. So I just want to make sure you guys are where I am too in the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carissa, are you here? Carissa, are you here? Okay, so type here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who are we missing? I think we're missing Jabriel. And then who else are we missing? I know I'm missing Brandon. You guys, who else are we missing? Franz? Did I see Franz? I don't remember if I saw Franz. Franz. Oh, I saw you. Okay, you're there. Paul. Paul, did you say yes? You did? Emily, Carissa? Is that who we're missing? Emily? Oh, no, I got Carissa. I know Emily at some point was going in and out. So we're missing Emily, Brandon, and Jabriel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We'll just continue from here because I do want you guys to be able to start to do your homework. Okay, so everybody put their pencil. Well, here, let's put 2 up here. Okay, so first I need you to put your pencil on the 0, -5. So do you see my red dot? So you're putting your pencil right here on the 0, -5. Because that's your start. Oh, I forgot to put start. So we'll put start. Well, I like to put that in that's the blue. So that's step 1. So that's your start. Okay, so we're sitting there on the -5, and then we need to go down 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3 squares. I went down 3 squares, and then I'm going right 1 square. Oh no, it says up 3 squares. Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to go down. Oops. Erase, 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 erase. Hold on. Let's try that again. Trying to erase my evidence. Okay, so let's follow directions. It says up 3 squares. So up 3 squares, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 squares up. And usually I don't do the loops. I kind of do dots. I go 1, 2, 3, but you guys can't really see my dots. So I'm hoping that the loops you could see better. And then how many am I supposed to go to the right? You guys, how many am I supposed to go to the right? So try to find the information about that. Right 1. So from here, I went 1, 2, 3. Let me erase that and show you guys again. Okay. So I went 1, 2, 3 up, but that's not really a dot. So I probably shouldn't make a dot like that. So I should go 1, 2, 3 up, and then 1 to the right. Okay, and then that's a point. Now, could I fit another up 3, right 1? So I want to fit another up 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3 up, and then 1 to the right. And then that's where my big dot goes. The little dots are just so you could see my path. 1, 2, 3 to the right, over 1. Oh, I think I can fit one more in. 1, 2, 3 to the right, over 1. So I already have 5 points. So I probably don't need my backwards point. But your backwards point, just so you could kind of understand if you needed it to fit, is you go back to the original. So this one, you go back to this one. So start here again. So you kind of start again. But this time you go down 3, left 1. So down 3, 1, 2, 3, left 1. And then they'll still make a line. So the point is I'm trying to make lines. So they're supposed to be straight. It's like making stairs. That's kind of steep though. And then I should label my numbers, but I didn't. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Some of you on your one of your corrections say label numbers. It just means to put 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for labeling the numbers. Okay, so then you guys have 45 minutes to do this homework. I think that'll be plenty of time. And then if you need my assistance, then I'll be here. Hey, Brandon, I'm not sure if you can hear us, but I'm recording this for you. Okay, so I'm going to hit stop. And then Jabriel, also for you, I'm recording this for you. So I will send this to you guys. And then who else isn't here? Let's see.